story. There's a friend of mine that say, every time I come to one of your programs, you give plaques out and certificates and thank folks. And I've been doing it now since I was a kid. And I enjoyed doing it when I was about 16 years old. And I'm 29, so I'm still doing it. Well, as you see, this group has grown to a large amount. And the work that we've done did not come about by myself. Well, first of all, we would not have this concert here if it wasn't for a person who gave birth to me. And I've never introduced my mother to the public. And I wanted, Mama, come here. My mother is the same woman. Now, my mother doesn't want me to tell you this, but when I was, come here, Mama. When I was a kid, my mother used to beat me every day to make me play the piano. So I thought it was nothing but befitting that I take this to tell my mother how much I love her, because you know, without her giving birth to me, the Lord would not have allowed me to be here. So because I'm here, this is here, and you're here. Thank you, Mama. And we've been rehearsing for this program now actually for some time, but this week, within the last 2 or 3 days, I put in close to 40 hours of work just on this program. And I've been going home real late at night and asking my wife, is dinner ready? She said, I only give dinner to folks who come home with decent hours. But I bought some flowers for my wife to let her know that I love her and to thank her for all of her support, not only in this concert, but I work with around 6 other groups in the Bay Area, and we do concerts all the time, and I come home a lot of times at ungodly hours, and she never complains. She supports me when we didn't have anything, and now she's supporting that the Lord bless us with a brand new home. And Cecile, come here. Y'all can clap better than that for my wife. And then just as we're born to parents, we have other parents that are not necessarily our biological parents. And there was a person that has been very instrumental in my life since I was 11 years old. I used to call her at 2 o'clock in the morning all the time and worry her about, Mrs. Stevens, is this chord right to this song? And she spent an enormous amount of time with me all of my life, and she trained me as a child. And one of the things that I thank Mrs. Stevens for is just that she reminded me that it was important to obtain an education, because it wasn't necessarily just natural talent that's going to be able to take care of you. You have to be able to educate yourself. So although I stopped studying with her at age 18, she will always be my mother of music, and I love her. And I thought it was also befitting that I tell her in front of all of you how much I really love her. Ms. Stevens, come here. We've been selling tickets, and I've been screaming at these students about selling the tickets, because I told them it was my desire that when people came to the door, there would be no tickets, so that they would remember the next year that when the University of California Young Inspiration Gospel Choir put on the concert, purchase your tickets in advance. There were 2 people who were very instrumental, and they sold the most tickets in the choir. We have a certificate of appreciation. One goes to Rhonda Robbins. Now, me and this young lady, we've had it out over the last 4 years, but she's getting ready to graduate pretty soon, and I really love her. She's been in the choir since I've been here now, which was October of 1986, and she's been faithful as a member. And we've never made a big fuss about her, but I want her to know that I appreciate her for all of her dedication, and I love her. God bless you. And also, one of our most newest members sold close to 40 tickets. And you know, it's very difficult to get young people to do anything in the name of the church. Very difficult to get, or the name of Christian music. I can't say the name of the church because it's a school. But in the name of Christian music, it's very difficult to get young people to go out and sell tickets. But this choir sold tickets. They had a little bit of encouragement from me, but they did go out and sell tickets. And the person who sold the most tickets, we have a gift for him, and that is Mr. Damon Owens. He just asked me what I got him. We're coming down. Now, of course, last year at our first gospel experience, I honored a young man who had been very instrumental in getting this group going and was real instrumental. He's sort of like my right-hand person. He was supposed to graduate last year from what he told me, but he came back this semester to sing with us. Marty, come here. Actually, he's going to be a lawyer, and actually he has completed his studies. He's completed his studies, and he's primarily just here this semester helping us out with the choir and helping out, I believe, in the Black Studies department. But he's trying to go to law school, and I can assure you, if he works as hard as he did with his choir, he'll make so much money that all of you can call him for help. God bless you, Martin. I just want you to know that I love you and appreciate all the hard work. All right. There was also the young man who's been in the choir some time and been very instrumental in keeping our finances together this semester, and that is Mr. Mario Barnes. All right. Now, I would like to ask our two managers. One of the things about this group is just that it is my job primarily to teach them how to manage a choir. It's not my job to do everything, but it's my job to teach them primarily how to function without me. And we've had two student managers this year who've been very supportive. They've come a long way since they started, and we want them to know that we appreciate them for their service. Rochelle and Christopher, please come forward. My wife asked me the other night, who was that Rochelle calling you at 12 o'clock at night? This is the Rochelle. And Christopher, God bless you. Thank you. All right. All right. God bless you. Now we're getting to our plaques this year. We have 3 I'm giving out. There's been one young lady who's been a manager this year, and she's going to be really surprised. She was a manager for quite a few semesters, and she's also graduating this semester. She's come a long way. And, you know, this choir has changed drastically since we started. It has remained to be a large ensemble, but we've changed personnel every semester. But we've had a couple of people who've been real instrumental. Valerie, come here. Valerie doesn't know this, but when I was writing the notes for her, tears came to my eyes because I really love this young lady. She's been instrumental in keeping this group together. She took care of all of our money when we had the concert last year at Zellerbach and didn't take a dime. And I used to peek in the door every once in a while and see if she had on some new shoes and said, But Valerie has been a sweet young lady, and I may not see her no more if she moves back to Washington, D.C., but I want her to know that through her life, I want you to remember me because I'll always be, you will always be important to me, and I'll always hold a place for you in my heart. God bless you. And now we have a person who's been with us 2 years, and she is, I think, the most very talented young lady. Adela, come here. When I went home this evening, I told my wife, I said, a lot of young people are in some sort of vision assuming that because they have natural talent, that is going to get them success or money. But one of the things that I appreciate about Adela, first of all, that she's a beautiful young lady, she has a beautiful spirit, but she has her priorities in line, and her priorities are she serves God first, she's getting an education second, and then she's performing gospel music third. Because, you know, a lot of people are just running around performing and singing, and 20 or 30 years from down the line, they don't have anything because they don't have nothing substantial in order to take care of themselves. But Adela is a smart young lady, and I can assure you in a couple of years, she'll be a great young lady as well. And this plaque is given to her. It says, Adela Watts, Young Inspiration Gospel Choir, 4790. Now, I hope to see Adela for another couple of years, but I'm sure at one point she'll leave and go on to do things greater for herself. And I want her to know, just as Valerie, that I will always respect her as a person because, not necessarily because she plays the piano or she directs the choir some, but I respect her because I believe that the Lord has given her the guidance to put her priorities in line, and that is very rare for today's young people. God bless you, Adela.
Just in line with that, we also, the members of the choir, this is from us that we would like to present to Adela also. Because sometimes when you're, I'm going to say your age anyway, Adela is 19. And, and sometimes when you're young like that, to have to deal with some of us who are older can be very difficult. Because sometimes it's hard. It's harder a lot of times to work with your own peers who are closer to your age when you have a talent such as Adela to demand the type of respect that you deserve. Adela does deserve a lot of respect, and she is a very talented and God-gifted person. And we just want to tell Adela that we do love her, and we thank you for all the songs that you have taught us and bearing with us and yelling at us too. And just be patient with us, and we pray your strength in the Lord, and we know that you will do great things and continue working with God.
Isn't it beautiful to see people cry? I don't know if any of you know it, but there are not too many minority students on the campus at Berkeley, and this is the largest minority organization on campus. And it's one of the most supportive organizations on campus for minorities. Now, some of you giggle, but you know that is very, very important because most of the institutions that minorities go to, there's nothing there for them to identify with. And this is not only a choir, but it has become a family as well. My last presentation is going to go to a young lady who has been here, and she is quiet. And I know this is going to be a surprise because she never even says anything. She never complains. She never gripes. We went over to Marin City about a year ago, and we sung at this particular person's church. Christine Banks. Christine, you have all type of choir members. You have ones who complain, you have ones that gripe, you have ones who half come, you have ones who come all the time. But you also have people who are dedicated and faithful, and they never complain. They're always there. They never complain about, I don't have no money. They always find whatever is needed to do whatever we're doing. And Christine is one of those type of persons, and when I was driving the other day, I had 3 plaques I wanted to give, and her name popped in my head. And I believe that was the Lord telling me to give this young lady honor because she's been very dedicated. Not that some of the other students have not, but she's shown a lot of dedication, and she's been humble along with her service to the choir.